Welcome back to Syed Ibrahim podcast on Bumiputra Economic Congress. This is the final part of my conversation with Syed Akbar. And Syed, everybody talks about new alternatives, new way of doing things, new thinking to keep the economy going, to uplift the standard of the people, to protect the interests of the Malays, the Bumis, so on and so forth. Now, can you give me some ideas that you think we should implement or consider, which is slightly different from what we have today?
Okay, thank you, Dato'. Yeah, the first thing is I hope the people who are going to the Bumiputra Economic Congress.
Are you going?
No, I'm not been invited. I hope they may take note lah. You see, recently, one of our members of parliament, Bukit Gantang, he said something about rice. The new rice.
The Madani rice.
The Madani rice, and he says that it's going to be sold at 30 ringgit per 10 kilogram lah. You see, the thing is, what the good member of parliament does not understand is, it is not anybody's position to state the selling price of a product in anywhere in any economy in the world. We cannot sit here and say, okay, let's sell roti canai tomorrow for 175. On what on what basis do you make statements like this? This is what the market decides. But this is what has been going on in our country for a long time. We have politicians, policy makers, maybe civil servants, whoever, who would play a part in actually pricing of economic productivity in the country. This shall be the selling price. This shall be the quantity of output. So that really throws everything out of whack. The point I'm trying to make is, kalau kita nak buat dasar ekonomi, the rule number one is, I hope lah that this dasar-dasar ekonomi ni can be found in some textbook. Mesti ada tulis dalam buku. It is there in some economic textbook, but this kind of economic thinking or policies or something is described, so that when you want to make the policy, you have some theoretical basis, reference lah.
Yeah.
Benda ni ada. And then,
reference point.
and then when things go wrong, again you can go back to the library and pick up the book and read how do we fix the problem. Ini kalau sendiri dia buat, I don't know what economic policy where this kind of things come out, where a person and a member of parliament can get up and say dia rasa terpanggil to set the price of rice 10 kg. The same thing, we discussed this earlier, the 30% Bumiputra equity policy. It's not found in any textbook. And there's no textbook in the world, economic textbook, that says equity distribution, agih, redistribution of wealth, mengagih kekayaan negara by race, by certain percentage. You can't find the textbook. There is no underlying theoretical basis lah. So when we embark on these kind of things, they were more like, sebenarnya it's more like a gimmicky thing, not really. It's not founded in solid logic or tak ada basis lah. Then when things go wrong, again, we don't have a basis to go and refer. We don't have the text and the material, the theories to go and refer to repair the situation. So sometimes we've been doing this, not sometimes, quite often we've been doing this. Kita buat dasar yang orang lain tak pernah dengar dulu dalam dunia ni tau. It pops out from somewhere. I actually spoke to our former dulu finance minister, Tunda Aim lah. I'll repeat what he said. He says, we really do not know where the 30% number came from. He told me. It just appeared. So you see, when you want to make economic policies, which have such huge impact on 33 million people, let us make policies that are grounded in some solid logic, some solid merit lah, the policy itself, not something just comes out of the top of the head of somebody's head and then is implemented. What are the alternatives? I didn't agree with the 30% policy because the target was kita nak sekian banyak syarikat Bumiputra tersenarai di bursa, listed companies lah. That is a elitist thinking. Let's say kita successful, kita boleh wujudkan 100 usahawan Bumiputra. have gone for public listing lah. So you have 100 fairly wealthy Bumiputras in the country lah. What about the remaining 16,999,900 people? That's what happens to them. If I may suggest, I hope the Bumiputra Kongres people will pay attention or will listen. I did some research on this thing. You see, a very good barometer, an exact barometer, a very precise barometer of the economic standing of Malaysians is our EPF contribution. So I looked up an article by The Age written last year. You know, there are 7.7 million Bumiputra Malay contributors to EPF. 7.7 million. The median pertengahan dia punya savings is about 7,000 ringgit, which is very low. The Indians have about 1 million contributors to the EPF, and their median income is about 15,900 ringgit, more than twice the Malay.
Talk about the
savings in EPF, the median savings lah. Now the Chinese, there are about 3.3 million Chinese who contribute to EPF. Their median savings is 47,000 ringgit, which is more than 6 times, almost 7 times the Malay savings. Now to me, this is a good thing. You can see it, you can confirm it anytime because EPF has the figures. I would rather that we set up policy to push the Malay punya median savings in EPF, which will also directly impact on their capacity to pay taxes lah. To push the Malay savings, median savings EPF to match the Indians and to match the Chinese, so that they all become samarata.
But how do you do that?
You do that. You first you must get jobs.
Malays like to spend.
You doesn't matter. You must have the earning capacity. You must have jobs. You must create jobs, permanent jobs. None of this gig economy, kerja bila ikut suka hati. That one all doesn't work. We need permanent jobs, 9 to 5 jobs, and we have to get the Malays into working in as many job opportunities as possible. We have to increase it lah. Meaning we have to create lah the factories, we have to create the industries, the businesses, create employment in the country, and make sure we must change the work culture of the Malays so that they work just like everybody else. So kalau Indians can get 15,000 median savings in EPF, or Chinese can have 47,000, the Malays must catch up. And this will apply to all the people, not just the top 100 usahawan listed on the Bursa Saham. We have to aim at everybody, you see, which we have not. Now actually the jurang perbezaan economy is increasing, Can you imagine 47,000
between the races?
Between the races.
Oh.
47,000 median savings for Chinese versus 7,000 for Malays. That's about 7 times. There's a very big difference, Of course, the averages will be lesser lah. This median tengah-tengah. But nevertheless, these are not good figures. But having said that, we can work with this because this is more transparent. It's easier to handle. So every year we can track, is the Malay median savings in EPF going up?
I think they should make you the Minister of Economy.
It's how you focus your attention.
What do you think of that?
It's how you focus your attention, We do not. Kita nak buat, Dr. Mahathir, kalau China boleh ada billionaire, he actually said it, what's wrong kita buat Malay billionaire? Dia kata, Dr. Mahathir actually said it. So dia bagilah projek besar-besar to, I think you can name the people in your one finger. Jadilah billionaire Melayu. After the next economic crisis, almost all of them got knocked out. Because you're focusing at a very elitist approach to bringing up the Malay economy. No, we should focus on the 17 million of them, not just 100 or 200 of them.
Well, I don't know, but don't you think, I'm coming back to the different cultural mindset of the people. Kadang-kadang, there's only so much the government can do. Right? What do you think? Could it be that the Chinese are more thrifty, more hardworking?
Okay, there are.
Could it be that they don't spend unnecessarily?
Actually, there are issues in our country. Kita ni, we're not using the right tools, the right method to fight the right problem. This issue of what you just mentioned, could it be cultural? Could it be in the whole outlook towards the philosophies of life, religion, things like that. So these are not economic issues.
Yeah, but it
You
has
you are
economic
actually
impact.
yes, but you are coming to me lah. In my view, you are coming closer to the red button lah, to hit the right button. These are not economic issues, meaning that they have an economic impact lah. Kalau orang tu dia tak nak kerja sebab dia percaya this rezeki takdir and all that dulu kan we were told at one time, we were told in school, stop using these peribases apa secupak takkan secupak takkan jadi segantang. We were told stop using this anymore because it's negative. But that's the kind of thinking at that time lah. So these are then socio-cultural issues. You don't solve this problem by economic policy. You cannot, kalau orang tu tak nak kerja, tak nak belajar, tak nak buat, tak nak semua ni, you cannot solve the problem by restricting the Indian pula from going to the university. Tak ada kena-mengena.
Tak ada kena-mengena.
Tak ada kena-mengena. Then it slows everybody down. What you need to bring is, you need, as you are alluding, you are mentioning, you must bring in the sociologists, you must bring in the anthropologists, those people who study human behavior, and focus on that, and tell them, okay, let's look at this. How is this a mindset that needs to be changed? Is it an attitudinal change that we're looking at? So let's focus on that. So we're not getting the right kind of tools and problem-solving techniques to handle the real issues. Instead, kita kata, contohnya orang Melayu tak cukup modal, so kita buatlah agensi Bumiputra, bagi dia budget beratus juta, bagilah duit, buatlah. We've been doing that for how many years now? Tengku Razaleigh once said, if you add up all the money that we have spent in Bumiputra programs since the 70s, it's hundreds of billions. Where did all that money go? So we need cultural change, attitudinal change, mindset. People have to rethink what they want to do in life, and that
politicians too must change their ways.
That's true. That's true too, lah. That could be more useful and effective in bringing back the economic change that you mentioned. Everything has got an economic impact, definitely.
Okay, Syed. Thank you very much. I think kita agak-agak something useful will come out of this Bumiputra Economic Congress, dan saya menunggu-nunggulah jemputan daripada kerajaan Madani ni. Saya pun nak tahu apa yang dibincangkan, tapi besar kemungkinan tak dapat jemputan lah. Tapi kita akan bincang isu-isu yang kita rasa penting untuk orang Melayu dan negara Malaysia. Terima kasih, Syed.
Okay, thank you Datuk. Terima kasih banyak. Thank you.